Mga tinututukan ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas sa kanilang anibersaryo, ating pag-uusapan kasama si Secretary Dante ang II. Sir, magandang tanghali po. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you for having me again.
Sir, nagkaroon po tayo ng forum at celebration nung June 16, tama po ba yun? So ano po yung naging highlights nitong pagdiriwang na ito?
Well, binago namin yung celebration namin this year because it's a milestone year, 45 years as you said. So instead of just having a party, we thought it would be more meaningful na magkaroon kami ng forum, mga policy discussions on a number of migration issues. So isa kasi sa gusto naming pagtuunan ng pansin yung appreciation lang po dun sa mga 10.7 million Filipinos living abroad na sa tingin po namin ay strategic partners po sila in our national development and realizing many of our national priorities.
So isa po dun sa tampok sa forum ay yung talakayan tungkol sa kontribusyon ng mga Filipino immigrants sa iba't ibang larangan. Sa pananaw ninyo, paano binabago nitong diaspora yung pananaw ng mundo tungkol sa mga Pilipino?
There's so many ways. Yung success nila doon really reflects back on the country where they come from. And nakikita po natin ito sa iba't ibang mga fields. In entertainment, with si Rodrigo, in sports, recently with the US Open champions, JJ Spawn, even po in the political, even in news, si George Conway and CNN. Yung mga dati po namin naging awardees ng presidential awards, retired from the International Atomic Energy Commission, worked on vaccines during the COVID era. Talaga pong they serve, among other things, as ambassadors po, of the Philippines abroad. They also open up trade for the Philippines kasi po sa dami po nila, syempre ang demand po for Philippine products where they live also increases. And of course, lagi po natin sinasabi yung remittances, hindi lang po galing yan sa mga OFWs, bagamat marami po sa kanila yung in proportion to their income talagang mas malaki po yung proportion na yun. But mas marami po kasi mga overseas Filipinos po. Doon po galing yung mga remittances natin na I think reach about 10% of GDP.
Nabanggit niyo, sir, yung remittances, yung ambag nila sa trade, pati yung pagiging ambassadors nila for the country. Pero para sa inyo, ano po yung, kasi na-discuss sa forum yung transformative impact ng diaspora. So ano sa tingin niyo yung pinaka-ambag ng mga Pilipino sa mundo?
Well, it's not one thing. I think that's the point I was trying to make. Just to give you another example, yung isang programa po ng CFO, yung Linkapil, yung Lingkod sa Kapwa Pilipino, kung saan po nagpapadala ng mga philanthropic donations and investments po yung mga Filipinos overseas. That has reached 3.4 billion pesos po over the decades. At I don't think that's the entire picture po. Kasi alam niyo mga Pilipino, nagpapadala po yun, tumutulong in their own way na hindi po nakaka-capture ng data ng CFO or any data po ng government.
Sir, kasama din sa discussion yung papel ng education, lalo na dun sa US, yung mga Filipino educators. Ano sa tingin ninyo yung epekto nito sa pagtataguyod ng positibong imahe ng mga Pilipino pagdating sa education?
Well, Filipino teachers po excel whether they are here or abroad. Pero po yung naging guest po namin dun sa anniversary forum po namin, they were talking about this program of the CFO called Balitang program. Kung saan po yung mga teachers living in the United States, magbibisita po sila dito sa atin at while they're here, imbis na mag-enjoy lang po sila, they teach on their own time. So isa pa po to sa mga ways na tumutulong yung mga Filipinos overseas. So hindi lang po siya remittances because that's one thing that we wanted talaga to highlight na yung ambag po ng mga Filipinos overseas, hindi lang po siya remittance, but they are human capital, they're cultural, and there are, many other things po talaga.
Maganda yung tungkol sa teachers kasi there was a time, 1990s, mga math and science teachers natin yung pinapirate o kinukuha sa ibang bansa. Ngayon naman, dahil nag-settle na sila sa ibang bansa, pwede naman nila ibalik o i-share yung knowledge nila from those countries sa atin ngayon. Sir, tinalakay rin yung natatanging karanasan ng Filipino marriage migrants, cultural exchange participants at youth diaspora. Bakit mahalaga pong pag-usapan yung kanilang mga naging karanasan nila abroad?
Well, yung mandate po kasi ng CFO extends beyond what is covered by the DMW at saka DFA. Kasi po sakop din po namin yung mga Filipinos po who have gained foreign citizenship at yung mga pinanganak na po abroad. And our mandate po is to connect those people, the Filipino diaspora, to the Philippines politically, economically, and culturally. At pag sila naman po ay nag-connect sa Philippines, ito nga po yung isang story ng isang guest namin, they give back to the Philippines. And in not just in monetary terms, but in other creative ways.
So sir, sa palagay ninyo, paano naman makakatulong yung ganitong plataforma para mas maprotektahan yung kapakanan ng mga kababayan natin sa ibang bansa, lalo na yung mga vulnerable groups kaya ng marriage migrants o au pairs?
So kaya nga po namin ginawang ganito yung celebration namin, just to talk about yung mga possible policy gaps. Tingnan po natin where we are doing well, kung ano po yung kailangan namin gawin. At saka siguro po to gather people in a room to talk about the issues. Kasi iba na rin po yung naririnig nila from the advocates at saka people themselves rather than just from reports. So it was a very interesting discussion po, and I think this will carry over in different arena in talking about the interest not just of marriage migrants but of all Filipinos overseas.
Yeah. Nabanggit niyo, sir, yung giving back. Pinag-usapan din yung exchange of knowledge and skills, gaya nung nabanggit niyo sa teachers, no?
Yes.
So, gaano kahalaga ito for nation building, and how do we encourage yung professionals natin na matagal na sa ibang bansa to share back or give back their knowledge to the Philippines?
Well, there are a number of programs po, hindi lang po sa CFO. So we have the Presidential Awards, which we give every other year. Yung last time po was 2024. But one of our guests po dun sa anniversary forum namin was Undersecretary from the Department of Science and Technology, because gusto po namin makipag-partner po with DOST for the Balik Scientist Program. So two different agencies doing similar things, and ang gusto po sa mangyari is maybe together we can do better in encouraging Filipinos who have excelled, particularly in the sciences, to come back to the Philippines and maybe share their knowledge.
So isa sir sa mga tagapagsalita, isang dating PAFIO awardee na bumalik para i-share yung kanyang kaalaman. May plano po ba ang CFO na palawakin pa yung mga ganitong programa na nag-uugnay sa global Filipino experts at sa lokal na pamahalaan?
Yes, definitely. So one of the things na pinag-usapan po namin sa CFO is that hindi lang po dapat natatapos yung trabaho namin with the conferment of the award. That we're looking for ways to engage them, to invite them to speak, to lecture, and share their knowledge if and when they're in the Philippines. We're trying to organize them also, so para sila po magkaroon ng network at baka magkaroon ng exchange on other areas of research and other scientific pursuits.
Napag-usapan din, sir, sa forum yung digital storytelling.
Oh, yes.
Siguro as a way of perpetuating yung kultura.
Yes.
At syempre, lalo na may mga anak doon na hindi lumaki sa Pilipinas. So, gaano kahalaga itong digital storytelling para mapalakas po yung ugnayan ng mga kababayan natin in diaspora?
The participation of Bani Logroño, who's the writer-director of that, was a last-minute addition because we really wanted to partner with them kasi napakaganda ng series na ginawa nila. And ang ganda din po ng story na because si Bani grew up in the States, not knowing his roots. At siguro in his own personal journey of rediscovering yung Filipino heritage niya, gumawa po sila ng series of stories about what is a Filipino, what is our history, and other aspects of our culture. So isa po siyang success story. Unfortunately, hindi po siya naging project ng CFO, but moving forward po, we're looking to see if we can work with him for future production of his content.
So as a whole, sir, paano nyo i-picture yung naging impact nitong 45th anniversary ng CFO, itong forum na to, doon sa layunin na linangin at iugnay ang global na pamilyang Pilipino?
Well, one po siguro is to recognize yung mga overseas Filipinos natin are strategic partners po in national development, and their contributions po extend way beyond the remittances. At saka pangalawa po, yung magkaroon lang po siguro ng platform to discuss concerns, policy issues, and other topics regarding po diaspora engagement. Kasi nga po, pati yung International Office of Migration, sila po nagsasabi, hindi lang po sa Pilipinas, but the diaspora of any country po are partners po in developing the countries where they come from.
Ang bata pa lang, sir, ng CFO, 45 years old. Kasing tanda lang natin.
Sana po 45 ako ulit.
Pero ano po yung mga susunod na hakbang ng CFO para mas mapalalim pa yung ugnayan between the Philippines and the Filipino diaspora all over the world?
So marami po kaming follow-up work na kailangan gawin. Ngayon po nasimulan na yung discussion. Marami po kami mga ibang partnerships pa na gagawin. Meron pong Month of Overseas Filipinos also in December that we're looking forward to work on. This week po, we signed partnerships with the Philippine Stock Exchange para to promote equities investment to our Filipinos abroad. We partnered also this week with the Philippine Retirement Authority para magtulungan po kami mag-convince sa mga Filipinos abroad to retire in the Philippines. So marami pong gagawin talaga. A lot on our plate.
So pag nag-retire sila dito, papasok naman dyan yung Philippine Retirement Authority, di ba?
Retirement Authority, investment. So I think marami na po mga Pinoy, ang plano talaga nila sa buhay is magtrabaho abroad at babalik sila dito sa atin para mag-retire.
Sir, may tanong lang ako tungkol dito sa sigalot sa Iran at saka sa Israel. Kumusta po yung role ng CFO pagdating naman doon sa mga immigrants dahil nakapag-asawa sila ng taga-Iran at taga-Israel?
Yes, well, we're monitoring the situation, but I don't want to overstep kasi po ang nangunguna po dito ngayon is yung Department of Market Workers. I think His Excellency is already in the region right now, at also of course yung Department of Foreign Affairs. But there are about 1,000 Filipino permanent migrants in Iran. I think about 16,000 in Israel. So there's a sizable community in that area po, and we're on standby po kung ano man po yung kailangan namin gawin in coordination po with DFA at saka DMW.
Opo.
Alright, Sec, mensahe nyo na lang po para sa lahat ng participants, diaspora partners at mga ahensyang sumusuporta o sumuporta sa forum nyo at pati na rin sa CFO. So kung ano po yung gusto nating tahakin pa in the coming years.
Well, first of all, Joey and Wayne, thank you for having me back on your show. I want to thank all those who helped us organize the 45th anniversary of the Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Simula lang po ito ng mga malawak na partnership at cooperation sa iba't ibang mga ahensya, organizations, and other CSOs para po ma-engage natin yung Filipino diaspora sa national development natin dito sa atin. For information po of our programs and other things that we're doing, I invite you po to go to our website, www.cfo.gov.ph. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, sir. Maraming salamat din po sa inyong oras. Secretary Dante II, Chairperson ng Commission on Filipinos Overseas. Thank you very much.
Thank you.